Imagine brewing like a simple herbal tea, right? Just to unwind after a long day. But if you accidentally use way too much of the plant, you end up in a medical emergency with intense hallucinations.
Yeah, that is a wild leap.
Right. Welcome to today's deep dive. Today we're unpacking a plant that walks this really fine line between an ancient love potion and, well, a neurotoxic hazard.
Damiana.
Exactly, Damiana. Or Ternera diffusa, if we want to be official. Our mission today is to explore its extensive historical benefits and modern realities. We want to make sure you get the intense details while separating the ancient hype from modern science. So, okay, let's unpack this.
It is the perfect subject for us today. I mean, when you look at ancient medicine, it's so easy to just dismiss it as primitive.
Oh, for sure.
But cultures like the Mayans and Aztecs, they possessed incredibly sophisticated botanical knowledge. We're looking at a plant that was an absolute cornerstone of wellness long before synthetic drugs ever existed.
Right. It was basically an ancient all-purpose wellness shot. So what exactly is Damiana?
Well, picture a low-growing plant with these bright yellow flowers and intensely fragrant leaves.
Okay, sounds nice.
Yeah, and it's native to the subtropical climates of the Americas, so places like Mexico and southern Texas.
Right, and it belongs to the Passifloraceae family, which is actually the same family as passion flower.
Exactly, another really famous botanical relaxant.
Yeah, so ancient civilizations revered it as a tonifier. And a tonifier, basically means it was used to gradually stimulate and restore the body's systems over time.
Right, they used it as an antibacterial agent, a blood sugar regulator, just an all-around health booster.
But let's get to the elephant in the room here. I mean, its most famous reputation is as a powerful love potion. Is there any actual truth to that?
What's fascinating here is how specifically it was used for reproductive and sexual health.
Oh, really?
Yeah, historically, its application was highly gender-specific. So for men, it was utilized to increase sexual arousal and stamina. But for women, the focus was on regulating menstruation or, easing the symptoms of menopause. Beyond that, it was widely used as a tonic for bladder and urinary relief.
So a reproductive aid and a bladder tonic. But how does that ancient reputation hold up when we put it under the microscope today?
Well, according to research, these specific claims are largely anecdotal today.
Wait, really?
Yeah, modern science simply lacks the clinical evidence to fully back the aphrodisiac claims. And as for the bladder relief, we have to look at the physical mechanism.
What do you mean?
Well, Damiana was traditionally consumed as a hot tea. It's less of a targeted medicine and more like, a botanical plumbing such.
Ah, so just lots of liquid.
Exactly. The relief people felt likely came from the sheer volume of water clearing out the urinary tract, not necessarily magic compounds in the leaves themselves.
Wait, are we saying centuries of indigenous use across entire empires was just like a massive placebo effect? Because that feels a bit arrogant on the part of modern science. Couldn't the research just be lagging behind?
It's not necessarily arrogance, I'd say. It's a fundamental difference in scientific philosophy.
How so?
Western medicine wants to isolate one single specific molecule to prove efficacy in a lab. But whole plant medicine, like Damiana, relies on a highly complex synergy of compounds working together.
Right, so it's not just one thing doing the work.
Exactly. It might not be a pure placebo at all, but until we have robust clinical trials that can measure that complex web of ingredients, modern science hesitates to label it a proven cure.
So if modern science is still struggling to pinpoint the exact active compounds, how are you safely experimenting with it today without accidentally taking a massive placebo? Or, worse, a toxic dose.
Right.
Usually you'll see people brewing the dried leaves into teas or taking capsules and tinctures. And just to be clear, smoking or inhaling the leaves is strongly advised against.
Very strongly.
But here's the classic trap, right? If a little bit of this plant is relaxing, is a larger dose better for stress?
Absolutely not. More is emphatically not better, and we need to be very clear on the health disclaimers here.
Right, let's get into that.
Pregnant or nursing mothers and anyone with liver issues must avoid Damiana entirely. A normal, safe dose is just 2 to 4 grams of dried leaves, taken with meals up to 3 times a day.
Okay, so pretty small amount.
Yeah, but if you take extreme doses, and there are reports of people taking around 200 grams, it's incredibly dangerous.
200 grams, wow.
Yeah, at those extreme doses, the high concentration of specific volatile oils can become neurotoxic, actually crossing the blood-brain barrier and triggering severe hallucinations.
That is wild. 2 grams is a gentle restorative tea, and 200 grams is a neurotoxic hazard. So what does this all mean? Damiana offers you a really fascinating look at the tension between holistic indigenous medicine and modern Western science. It proves that harnessing a plant's tunifying benefits requires careful, informed respect for its chemistry.
Precisely. Knowledge is most valuable when you understand the mechanisms at play. It's really about respecting the sheer potency of what grows in the dirt.
Absolutely. And it leaves you with this to think about. If a single low-growing plant with yellow flowers could serve as a complex natural pharmacy for entire ancient civilizations, what other powerful natural remedies are currently growing unnoticed in our own backyards, just waiting for modern research to finally catch up?